We know that the voltmeter is used to measure the voltage across an element. So let's say we have a circuit like this and we want to measure the voltage across this resistance. So maybe this is R2, this is R1, this is V, and I am connecting a voltmeter here and it will measure the voltage across it. Now the voltmeter, an ideal voltmeter, is supposed to have an infinite resistance, so there will be no leakage current through the voltmeter. So because if that happens, the measured voltage will not be accurate, there will be some error. But of course, and there is nothing is no element is ideal, no apparatus is ideal. So voltmeter comes with a sensitivity, every voltmeter. So the sensitivity is often said something like this. So let's say this is 20 kilo ohms per volt. This is a sensitivity of a voltmeter. So what does it mean? It means like it comes also with a range. So it can measure, let's say, from voltage 0 to voltage 10 volts. So 0 to 10 volts it can measure. So then we know that the resistance that the voltmeter possesses is something like this. So we will take the maximum voltage. So the sensitivity, which is in kilo ohms times volt, so kilo ohms, sorry, over volt, times the maximum possible range of the voltage. So that's the highest voltage that it can measure. That is multiplied. So this is V. So the result we get is 200 kilo ohms. So this is the resistance of the voltmeter. So this is the circuit becomes something like this when the voltmeter is working. It will be something like this. That means the voltmeter itself is also posing a resistance of that. Now if this resistance is not very high, let's say if the resistance is 5 kilo ohms or something like that, then of course we can ignore this resistance because this is very high compared to this one. So it will become sort of an open circuit, that 200 kilo ohms, and so it's okay. But if this resistance is higher, even comparable to this one, then of course this much a voltmeter with this much sensitivity will not do. So we will have to move to a higher sensitivity voltage voltmeter, or we will have to work with a voltmeter that can measure up to a higher that has a higher voltage range. So if it were, let's say, 50, then we would get a 5 times higher uh, resistance with that voltmeter. So this one would become 1 mega ohms, which would be probably okay for measuring a 20 kilo ohms or 50 kilo ohms resistance, depending it we have to calculate that. So basically this is what we will do when a sensitivity voltmeter sensitivity is given in terms of kilo ohms per volt, or it can be even mega ohms. So kilo ohms per volt, the resistance ohms divided by volt, basically that will be the unit. So we will be able to, with that information and this information, we will be able to find out the resistance that it possesses. So I will do an example maybe in some later videos where we will do some application with that, with this kind of sensitivity